The story kicks off with Jen Walters, She-Hulk, and Augustus Pug Pugliese trying to send out a signal. Pug wants to repay an old favor by calling in Spider-Man. When Spider-Man arrives, cracking his usual jokes, he asks what's going on. Pug introduces himself and explains that he wants to help Spider-Man take legal action against Jonah Jameson, the publisher of the Daily Bugle. Jameson has been relentlessly defaming Spider-Man to boost his paper's popularity. Spider-Man agrees. Meanwhile, Ditto, a shape-shifting courier, shows up at the Daily Bugle to deliver a lawsuit notice to Jonah. At this point, the only one who knows Spider-Man's true identity as Peter Parker is his girlfriend, Mary Jane. Later, Peter tells MJ about the lawsuit, and she encourages him to use the case as a way to inspire people, reminding him that he'll be fighting as Spider-Man, not Peter Parker. Back with Pug, he asks Jen to lead the case, believing she's the better lawyer. Jen hesitates, insisting it's important for Pug to handle it himself, but eventually agrees after some persuasion. Elsewhere, Scorpion, one of Spider-Man's longtime enemies, contacts Smith and asks for Spider Slayers to help him eliminate both Spider-Man and Jonah. Smith agrees. On the day of the hearing, Pug and Jen are optimistic, especially with the surprise witness, Jonah Jameson, Jonah's own son, who arrives and greets them warmly. In court, Pug argues that Spider-Man is a hero who saved countless lives and doesn't deserve the smear campaign Jonah has waged. He then calls Jonah Jameson to the stand. John testifies that Spider-Man once saved his life, and despite NASA finding no wrongdoing in their investigation, Jonah still ran a front-page article accusing Spider-Man of orchestrating the event. A police officer backs the claim, revealing Jonah often pressured him to arrest Spider-Man, even claiming Spidey was secretly Sandman, Electro, or Mysterio, accusations that always turned out to be false. Jonah suddenly speaks up, blaming Peter Parker for giving him those misleading photos, but the judge shuts him down. Next, Pug calls Miss Brandt to the stand. She shares that during a fire caused by Dr. Doom, Jonah told her to blame Spider-Man just to boost paper sales. Another Bugle employee reveals that half their advertising budget went toward anti-Spider-Man billboards, which increased sales by 300%. Then, Spider-Man himself swings into court. Jonah's lawyer objects, questioning his identity, but Spidey silences him with a quip and his dramatic entrance. Pug presents an Avengers-issued identity scanner to confirm Spider-Man's identity. Spidey testifies that many of the claims printed by the Bugle were false or misleading, crafted to portray him as a menace. He even jokes that Jonah might hate him because he's black. Jonah's lawyer fires back, accusing Spider-Man of harassment, webbing Jonah's chair, hanging him off buildings. But Spidey admits it was all just payback for the lies Jonah printed. The lawyer goes further, blaming him for the deaths of Captain George Stacy and Gwen Stacy, and for bringing the symbiote to Earth, which led to Venom and Carnage. Spidey takes it in stride and returns to his seat. Pug and Jen compliment him on his testimony, but Spider-Man says it's not over yet. His spider sense is tingling. He knows something bad is about to happen. Right then, a mailroom speedster rushes in and warns that Scorpion and Spider Slayer robots are heading their way. Spidey and She-Hulk suit up and intercept Scorpion before he reaches the courthouse. During the fight, Scorpion reveals that he blames Spider-Man for being trapped in the Scorpion suit. They quickly remind him that it was Jonah Jameson, not Spider-Man, who put him in that suit to take down Spidey. Realizing the truth, Scorpion storms toward the courthouse, ready to take revenge on Jonah instead. She-Hulk blocks his path, warning that if he attacks now, Jonah will escape justice by playing the victim and avoiding the millions in damages he's about to lose. At the last second, Spider-Man swoops in and knocks Scorpion out. Back in court, Pug presents damning evidence linking Jonah to the supervillain community. He argues that Jonah is the true menace, spreading chaos while Spider-Man cleans up his mess. The first day of the trial ends. Later, Peter Parker sits at a cafe reading an article published by Bushnick targeting the Daily Bugle. Suddenly, Ditto, disguised as Mary Jane, sits beside him. As Peter starts talking, Ditto transforms back and serves him a legal notice. The next day, Pug questions Peter Parker in court, proving that Peter's staged Spider-Man photos helped fuel the defamation. Now, Peter is facing consequences alongside Jonah. Knowing this, Peter, as Spider Man, approaches Pug and Jen and says he wants to settle. They bring the proposal to Jonah. Both Jonah Jameson and Peter Parker must publicly apologize in chicken suits in front of the Daily Bugle building. Jonah's lawyer urges him to accept the deal to avoid paying millions. Jonah finally agrees. The next day, both Peter and Jonah are outside the Bugle, dressed in chicken suits, handing out public apologies, while Pug and Jen laugh from a distance. If you enjoyed this epic courtroom clash between Spider Man and J. Jonah Jameson, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more amazing Marvel stories.